We start tonight with the First Amendment. It covers quite a bit of ground. It says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Now, within a week, the First Amendment has been tested, especially when it comes to what actually is protected by the amendment after the events of what happened at the Capitol last Wednesday, and with technology platforms blocking President Trump from using them. I asked a KU professor who teaches media law to clarify what is and isn't allowed when it comes to the First Amendment. Why are social media companies allowed to ban people from using their sites? Is that a form of censorship?
Only the government may censor. So when Twitter makes decisions to remove certain individuals from their platform, they are exercising their rights as a private company. The First Amendment doesn't really have anything to say about that. Because the First Amendment, of course, says Congress shall make no law.
Do technology companies have to follow the same rules as government agencies when it comes to the First Amendment?
The First Amendment doesn't apply to private companies. They have the choice to take or not take anything they want. So if they choose to remove individuals from their platform because they have broken terms of service, which is something that binds us when we install pieces of software on our computer that nobody ever reads, but they should.
Why is it private communications companies don't have to follow the same rules?
Section 230 is one part of Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of the big omnibus Telecommunications Act that was passed in 1996. And it's only 26 words. That's the meat of it. And it says that if you are a platform like Twitter, like Facebook, like if you have a news way that readers can comment, viewers can comment on your website, you count as one of these too, that you are held essentially to be not liable for third-party content that people post. And you are able even to engage in Good Samaritan activities, which means that you might decide to take off some problematic sites or some problematic posts.
So if a social media platform was created by the government, then they don't have the right to block free speech?
If Twitter were a government organization, they could pick and choose really without as much regard to the concerns of Section 230. You have no right to post on Twitter. You have no right to post on Facebook. Those are private companies. And if they want to take away your ability to do so, that's not taking away your right.
The First Amendment gives people the right to religion, assembly, press, petition, and speech. So why are some of the protests looked at as okay and others are not?
The First Amendment doesn't protect violence. It doesn't protect breaking and entering, not riots, not threats, not child pornography, not libel, not a few other areas, fighting words, a few other areas that I haven't mentioned, but we don't have an absolute freedom. We have a pretty good freedom, right? But we don't have an absolute freedom to say anything we want.